So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share my videos. So like the previous clip, I got this style from Instagram and I decided to make it for one of my Eid outfits and I absolutely love it. And don't forget to subscribe, of course. Please don't forget, press that button right now. Press it, subscribe please. And I'm starting. So this is the normal Ankara. If you're not in Nigeria, Ankara is just normally 6 yards of tribal prints with gorgeous different designs, and this is the design that I'll be using today. So what you need is your chalk, tape and your scissors. So the 6 yards are all attached together, like you can see, 2 yards, 2 yards and 2 yards. They are all attached together. So I'll firstly remove that first layer that has that sticker. It's the sticker of the company that made the Ankara. I think every Ankara comes with it. So I just removed that first layer and then use it for my headgear, for my scarf. Yeah, I just removed it now. Then I'll be using the remaining 5 yards for my shirt and skirt. So yeah, I'm just turning it over to the back side. I'll be starting with my skirt. So I'll be taking out 20 inches folded, that is 40 inches. I'll be taking it out. I'll be making a normal basic straight skirt. That's just what I'm making. That requires just your waist measurement, your hip measurement, and then the length of your skirt. So I'm taking out 20 inches. Yeah. So I'll be making 19 inches. My hip is 36, so it will be 18 divided by 2. But I'll be marking out 19 inches for the front part of the skirt, 1 inch sewing allowance, and yes, that's what I did. So the 21 inches will be for the back, 1 inch for sewing allowance and 2 inches for zipper allowance. And I just folded the back piece of the skirt, kept it, and now I'm folding the front part of the skirt. I'll be placing it on top to trace out my measurements, and that's my waist measurement and my hip measurements. Those are the only measurements you'd require for this straight skirt. You see, that's just it. I just arranged it. So my waist is 29, I think, or 28, divided by the 4 layers of the skirt, plus I think half an inch sewing allowance for my waist. I will placing it and marking it out with the chalk, and then I will be marking out 1 inch. That's where the skirt will be folded. That's sewing allowance from the top. Then from that 1 inch, I'll be taking my measurements to 8. That's where my hip is, and then I'll be placing my hip measurement. I think I lost the clip, guys, but what I just did was place my hip measurements, trace them together, join them to the waist, and then cut it out. Yeah, you see, waist and then hip measurements. Those are the only measurements that are placed, and then straight down is just straight. This is just the basic straight skirt, like I said. Then from that 1 inch sewing allowance down, I'll be measuring 41. That's the length of my skirt. So the normal Ankara, it's 45 inches. That's how long it is. It is 45 inches long. So I'm just cutting out this. Then here I'm folding the back piece of the skirt where my zipper will be, and my working allowance, of course, because I've added working allowance. The width of the skirt is just my hip size, that is just 18, right? So I've added working allowance because I'm a normal human being and I need to walk well. So here I'm just cutting it out so that I can mark where I will apply my, or attach rather, my working allowance. And here it is from down to my knee, or from my knee downwards. So I'll be using 21. My knee is 20 down, but because of sewing, so I'll mark 21. And that's it. This is how it will look after you attach it. So you have your straight skirt, but you can walk normally and fine. And then next is the shirt. So from the thumbnail, the shirt is almost knee length. So here I'm just measuring how long I want the shirt to be. I think I used 36 or 35. Yeah, I did that. And I'm folding my ankara. So in order to not make this video long and also to save time for myself, I just took a princess bustier that I had already cut. I just placed it and then traced it out. But there, as you can see, the bustier is just half length, so I just placed it and then traced it out. After tracing it out, I just cut straight, you see, just straight from the half length, and that's it. That's what I'm also doing for the side piece. That was the middle piece. This is the side piece of the bustier. So let me know, guys, if you want me to make a video on how to cut your princess dart. So I'm just tracing it out. I'll trace it out, then when I get to that half length, I'll stop there. Yes, right there, I'll be stopping. Then I'll place that middle part of the princess bustier to trace it out so that it will be the same shape. And that's what I'm doing. You know, they'll be fixed together. That's where I will sew them together and join them, so they have to be the same shape. So I'm just making sure that they are the same shape straight down. So this is how they look. And this is how they look after I sew them together. So here I'm just placing my horizontal measurements so that I can cut out the shape of the shirt. So I'm just placing my bust measurement here plus 2 inches, I believe, for sewing allowance. My chest is 34, then divided by 4, of course, plus 2 inches or 1.5 inches, I think. Then that's my underbust. I'm just placing it. Then I'll be tracing them out. I'm attaching the bust to the armhole and the bust to the underbust. Then I'll just curve it out straight. So you can see that is just it. Simple and easy. I think the hardest thing about the shirt is just that princess bust here, but then that's all. Then I'm just cutting it out here. This is the shape of the shirt after it's been cut out. And here I haven't cut out the neck, but I'll soon do so. This is how they will look side by side, the pieces of the shirt. So here I'm just measuring 3.5 inches for the width of my neck, and then I believe 3 inches for the depth. I'm joining them together, then going in by 1 inch to curve it. Yes, then I'll be cutting it out. So guys, my phone got really hot and then it stopped recording, but I didn't know. But what I did here basically was just measure 2 inches. Yeah, measure 2 inches, then used my chalk and curved it, then cut it out. That's just what I did. And then this is how it looks. Yeah, this is the first time I'm doing a neckline like this. And then for the back piece of the shirts, I think here I had like 3 yards. Yes, say yes to 7 yards when making your dresses, please. So for the back piece, I'm just measuring the middle part of the front and the side pieces of the front. Yes, that's the side piece times 2, of course, times 2. Then I'll know the length to use for my back piece. Then this is the back piece. It is 15 plus my zipper allowance. So since I'm using the pattern of this dress, you see, I'm just making sure all the patterns are arranged the same way for the front and the back. All the patterns are facing up. Yeah, that's what I'm making sure. And here I'm using the side piece of the front to cut out the shape of the back. I just saved a lot of time for myself, guys. I didn't want to sit down and measure again. So I just placed the side piece and just traced it out. And then here I'm marking out my 1 inch allowance for zipper, then placing my horizontal measurements. Guys, I didn't show how I cut the back of the princess darts too, because this video was getting too long and I didn't like that. So this is after I had cut out the back piece of the princess darts. That little space that you can see in the middle of those two sides is what will give the shape of the shirt. Then here I'm just measuring my shirt. I have applied lining. The slit started from, I don't know, close to the knee, so I just measured the shirt from shoulder to 24, then from 24 down we'll have the slit. Then here I'm just cutting out the patterns that I will be using. That is just how you cut them out. Then you see I'm leaving a little bit space. I'm leaving a little bit of space away from the main pattern so that I'll use it to sew in the pattern. And here I'm just arranging the patterns to see how many patterns I will need for the slit. Yeah, this is how it looks after I had cut them out and arranged them. So this is how I'm sewing them on the shirt. I'm sewing them directly on the shirt. That space that I left, you see, I just fold it, then sew, fold and then sew. That's just what I did for each one of them. And this is how they look, you see, completely flat, like I didn't attach them. Once you apply them, then you iron them, they look completely flat, like they were there already and you didn't fix them. And then this is the other side. This is how it will look after I sew the shirts together. And here we are, guys. I absolutely love this dress, and for vanity's sake I had to video this in low light so that you can see how it's, oh my god. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.